Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Monday, March 3rd, around 9 p.m. Mountain Time 2025. We've got blizzard warnings in 5 states as winter storm Lola is about to obliterate the plains and the Midwest. Buckle up, Buttercup, and keep calm. It's boom time. The Carolina fire map shows where wildfires are burning in North and South Carolina, and we'll get to the bigger map in just a second, but take a look at this. Most of the over 175 wildfires reported yesterday are now contained or controlled. Just 17 active fires in North Carolina as of this moment, yet the fires continue to burn in spectacular fashion. We did have this as our cover photo yesterday, but the good news is that firefighters on the scene have quelched many of these fires. And guys, this is mostly fear porn here. If you didn't know, there are all of these red fire marks are active fires now in the Southeast. Tons of them in North and South Carolina. South Carolina is showing 0 active fires. Well, we actually just have 2 now. 1, 2, and 1 on the coast. 3 active fires in South Kakalaki and a couple more up in North Carolina. So those firefighters did a great job. Clearly, they're not doing such a good job in Oklahoma here or other regions. But why are we not reporting on these? That is my question. It's all fear porn. And many outlets are saying that the fires in North and South Carolina, including Bill Nye, the science guy, saying these fires never occurred before climate change. It's only because of climate change we have wildfires in the Carolinas. Bill Nye is a shill. He's not a researcher. He's not a scientist. He doesn't know how to Google 5 seconds the fire history of North and South Carolina, where you will quickly find there were huge wildfires in the past. Because of the unmanaged state of many forests, fires became inevitable. And during droughts in the 1940s and 50s, North Carolina saw its largest wildfire on record, including a 203,000-acre Lake Phelps fire in 1955 that burned for weeks in remote expanses of organic soils at the coast. So those are the facts and not the fear. And the truth is, with wildfire mitigation, like in Colorado and North Carolina, fires have become much more infrequent. In areas where there is no wildfire mitigation, like California, fires burn uncontrollably to the tune of billions of dollars. It's not you, it's not CO2, it's a climate scam. Now, the big story, winter storm Lola to bring the threat of blizzard conditions, strong winds to the plains in the Midwest this week. Well, it kicked off here in Colorado today. We had blizzard conditions most of the day. Unfortunately, I took to the road, and that was a bad idea. Temperatures warmed up into the 40s this morning and plummeted into the 20s midday as this storm system began to develop today in Colorado and move to the east. A classic springtime storm will pack high winds and snowfall in the plains and Midwest, resulting in blizzard conditions for over 5 states. And then to the south, we have the threat of severe weather, including tornadoes. Blizzard conditions possible in parts of Kiloland, and that's pretty much guaranteed at this point, as winter storm watches in Minnesota say it ain't soda. Blizzard conditions possible as heavy snow arrives there in Minnesota. We can see as of 6 a.m. the snowfall from this developing storm that hit the ground in Nevada and the Sierras, but by tomorrow morning, there's going to be heavy totals in Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Wyoming, as this system moves east. And here is the full forecast. A strong system will bring high winds, severe weather, and critical fire weather conditions. The Weather Channel has named this storm Winter Storm Lola. High winds and dry conditions may produce dust storms and widespread critical to extremely critical fire weather conditions across much of the high plains today. Severe weather may produce several tornadoes, severe wind gusts, and large hail tonight and overnight across parts of the southern plains. But the big news will be all day tomorrow, and we'll get to the models in just a moment. Heavy mountain snow will continue from the Sierra Nevada into the Central Rockies today. Winter storm watches and warnings are up for those regions. Just click on your county at weather.gov for more info on your region. And here is what the GFS model looks like. Yeah, through March 19th. Pretty spectacular. We could be seeing a nor'easter, quite significant one, so let's get to it. All right, here is the current position of Winter Storm Lola. L-O-L-A, Lola. Lola. Well, Lola is certainly going to get low. Take a look at this. 981 millibars sometime tomorrow into Wednesday, and that will continue for 24 hours or more. This is a hurricane on land, a cyclone, a bomb cyclone, and it is, look at the size of it. It is over 1,000 miles across from north to south, and it is going to do some damage. The worst damage will be tomorrow. And Tuesday will be your lose day for Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Louisiana, Mississippi as the storm moves east. The biggest severe weather threat will be tomorrow for hurricanes and flooding potential. This isn't the big one. The big storm we're worried about could bring a wide swath of 6 to 8, maybe 10 inches, 1.5 feet or more for the upper peninsula on the backside here. That's going to be the most snow. But it is the storm that develops on March 8th, right here. It's going to come on shore midweek here, Wednesday in the west, bring us some heavy snow here by Friday, the 7th, by the end of the week here, but it is going to develop in a huge nor'easter, and that's going to be happening at the end of this weekend, Sunday. Boom. That's boom time. That's when we're talking heavy snow, 1 to 2 inches per hour for West Virginia, central and western Pennsylvania, and then up through the Northeast as the beginning of next week's work week begins. This is going to be one to look at. Way more impressive as far as snowfall totals than Winter Storm Lola. And let's take a look at the total accumulated precipitation. As you can see there, that's the snow water equivalent. And once we get up into that purple, that is 4 inches or more, the pinks and purples. And that could translate to 4 feet of snow if it was the right type of snow. But let's take a look at the total snowfall for these events. And you can see that wide swath of 16 inches or more, maybe several feet, 2 feet or more for areas of West Virginia there. But this is going to be a significant storm. So let's walk the snow through. 3, 6, 9 hours from now, more snow in the west as the storm bombs out tomorrow morning and is dropping heavy blizzard condition snow on the back end. That doesn't mean a lot of snow. It means blowing snow with 50-mile-per-hour winds. So travel will be treacherous. Here we are Thursday and Friday, and that system will move offshore as the second system is developing here. Saturday, Sunday, you can see it moving east, Sunday and into Monday. And there it is. It's all over, folks. A big nor'easter is coming. And no one is bumming except, well, people like me who have to shovel it. Shut up, Al. Get in your hole. Al Gore says it doesn't snow anymore, but, well, this snowfall map says otherwise. And with those March totals that we're showing you in the models, take a look at this. The total snow mass for the northern hemisphere already in record-breaking territory. It is blasted outside of the 20-year average into record territory, above the record mean. And that means after a few weeks of snow, we are going to rise into unprecedented territory. We've been seeing this record snowfall in the northern hemisphere being broken 8 of the last 10 years. So something is going on. It certainly is not global warming. Well, and the snow is falling in copious amounts. And ice is building. Here we are at Greenland. We've had record ice gains in the last 72 hours, and it doesn't look like it's going to get warm there anytime soon. We still have months of ice building all the way through mid-June. Seismic update. The most recent rumbler 5.0 in the Philippines. Some interesting activity in the Pacific Northwest, 4.5 up here in Oregon. Holy macaroni. And a big rumbler here in Iran, 5.2 today. A moderate uptick in earthquakes worldwide, but nothing significant, so cross your fingers. We're waiting for an imminent eruption on the Reykjanes Peninsula. Will be happening anytime now. Seismicity is saying otherwise. So we're keeping a close eye on that as uplift continues. And the next phase of the eruption in Iceland should begin anytime soon. Santorini, all hopes are off for an eruption there. The seismic swarm that began over a month ago in the last 14 days has made a precipitous drop-off. 1, 2, 3. The last 4 days, almost no activity, no surface activity, and I imagine many people are going back to their homes in Santorini. Worldwide volcano news for Monday, the 3rd of March. First on the list, Santaguito, 14,000-foot puff today. We've got Sangay, no volcanic ash observed today. Ducono, copious ash emissions continue. That looks pretty nice. Popocatépetl, 20,000-foot puff. Ibu, 7,000-foot blast. Nevado de Ruiz on the list. Popo to 20,000. Reventador, 14,000-foot blast. Samaru, who knew, now you do. Puffing and passing today. No flight level. Santaguito to 14,000 foot. Sakurajima exploded with no flight level. Sakurajima, there it is. Do we have a flight level? Nope. Volcanic ash, unknown. Santaguito to 14,000 feet and Liwatobi to 11,000 feet wraps up a short list for March 3rd. Bringing us to space weather and good news, SolarHam decided to put their website back up just without updates. He's just put in the features that update themselves, and that's good news for us because we're used to looking at the sun at this website. Take a look at the solar disk. No sunspots. We're supposedly at solar max, but that is not really what the sun is showing. Sunspot number down at 139. I don't know how they've got that number that high. There are no sunspots. Flaring is 0. Nothing happening there. But we do have in the 3-day geomagnetic forecast G1 geomagnetic storm probability for tomorrow and the next day. And this is all care to a small coronal mass ejection or plasma filament that blasted off the sun here just 2 days ago. It is tiny. And while it may be a glancing blow, I don't think we'll get up to G1. But it's anyone's guess if they have this direction correct. ISWA is offline, and the WSA is the only plasma wind speed model we have to work with currently. Oh, it looks like a coronal hole will be facing us in another 2 days and be geoeffective in 4 days. So that is the next seismic alert and the next space weather bringer, because these little pricks aren't going to do nothing. Did you hear the first private moonlander touched down safely and started sending selfies? Firefly Aerospace's Blue Ghost planned to work for 14 days, but should be useful for years thanks to its reflector that improves on Apollo-era tech. And there we can see Blue Ghost's shadow seen on the moon's surface. I wonder if this picture gets any bigger. No, but we can blow it up. Fantastic. The craft landed within 100 meters of its target after a pair of hazard avoidance maneuvers informed by a vision-based terrain relative navigation system. This is some high-tech stuff here. It's a system that examines the terrain beneath the lander to find a flat and safe spot to touch down. I don't know if you remember, a recent lander fell over on its side and became just $1 billion waste of nothing. Firefly has since captured a few pics of the craft and the spot where it's landed. And let's take a look at this one as well. And clearly we can see the moon's surface here is concave. And that's because of the aperture in the camera not because it is a reverse flat moon for all the dumb people. But I do digress. Where is my talking point here? Blue Ghost carried 10 NASA payloads over the next 14 days. They will be used for jobs including subsurface drilling, sample collection, X-ray imaging, and dust mitigation experiments. So, thumbs up for the first private moon landing in a while. Sending back selfies. How do you like them apples? I know, it's all fake. Space and all that. The world's oldest asteroid crater has finally been identified, and it may have changed the Earth's climate. This is a big one, and Leah and I may discuss this on the radio show. We're still discussing the topics. But buried beneath Australia's ancient landscape, scientists have uncovered what appears to be the oldest asteroid impact we know about on Earth. This colossal collision happened billions of years ago, yet its true significance is only now coming to light. And that significance is significant indeed. According to lead researcher Chris Kirkland, the significance of Yada Bubba extends beyond its age. This not only places it as the oldest recognized impact structure, but also raises intriguing questions about how such impacts influence Earth's climate. Here is the Yada Bubba impact structure. It is gigantic. It is north of Perth in Yilgarn, Creighton. And while the impact site was first identified in the early 2000s, its precise age remained uncertain until now. A research team led by Thomas Davidson of Imperial College London ran computer simulations of an asteroid 7 kilometers wide crashing into an ice-covered Earth at 17 kilometers per second. And the model revealed that such an impact would have vaporized massive amounts of ice, injecting over 200 billion gallons. Tons. Well, that's way bigger. 200 billion tons of water vapor into the atmosphere and literally changing the Earth. So let's take a look at the Simi. Here it comes. And there's the boom. Now, not only did this end ice Earth, it might have injected a bunch of genetic material into the biological systems on Earth, which consisted mostly of blue-green algae, creating maybe the breeding ground for all the new species that now exist on Earth. This is a deep dive, and it will take a lot more than a single article for us to get there. All the articles will be linked below. Scientists warn swimmers of serious risks lurking in the Great Lakes, highest reported worldwide. Now, you would think it might be toxic waste or some chemicals, PFAS or something like that. No, the reporting suggests that anyone swimming in the Great Lakes could be exposed to high levels of microplastics. Though the situation is worse in Lake Ontario and Michigan than the other lakes, which have a lot of visitors, the microplastics can enter the body through consumption, inhalation, skin contact, and these microplastics are associated with long-term ailments like colon cancer, infertility, and respiratory issues. People who eat fish from the Great Lakes should be cautious as well, as the microplastic levels in Great Lakes fish are among the highest reported in the entire world. So, bad news if you use that as a resource. Remember, we sell the iTeal reverse osmosis water filtration system, lowest price on earth. Get 20% off with our coupon code. It's linked below, and you can be drinking the freshest, cleanest, pollutant-free water to keep your family healthy and safe. Also, another tip, gold and silver are at all-time highs or approaching them as far as silver. And trade war tensions are now fueling precious metals rallies. Some are claiming gold will hit $5,000 and silver $50. And the best way you can hedge your bets, if you've got money saved in bank accounts or IRAs or 501(c)(3)s or 4Ks or whatever you've got, At some point, the US dollar is going to collapse in the next few years and we'll transition all money worldwide probably over to digital dollars of some sort. In the meantime, you can safeguard all of your 401ks, even if they're tiny, a couple grand here from this job, a couple grand here from this job. You don't know what to do with these 401ks. You can translate it from bad stock buys to precious metals. And that's why we've partnered with Goldco, the number one, according to the Better Business Bureau, gold IRA company in the world. Plus, you can buy precious metals directly from them. And good news, you don't need to have $10, $15, $20, $50,000 as a minimum. There are no minimums at Goldco. It just changed last week. You can buy a single ounce of silver if you've got $50. That's it. Or you can buy precious metals direct, get them sent to you. You can have them store them for you and hold them as savings. You can transfer your IRA to precious metals with no penalty and no taxes. That's why we recommend Goldco. This is a hedge on your money. If you still think you're going to play the stock market and make out in the next 10 years, you're wrong. If your stock markets are at an all-time high, this is the best time to transfer your money from speculative stocks to actual physical assets in the form of precious metals, silver, and gold. Rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau, rated AAA by Business Center Computer Alliance, Consumer Alliance, and take a look. Do your own due diligence. They are rated as the top 10 gold investments in the world. Yeah, there it is. 5 stars, 1,565 reviews, a total 9.8 rating on all arenas: customer support, storage options, fees, account setup, educational resources, and reputation. There are no minimum investment requirements at all. And guess what? If you go to diamondlovesgold.com or just click the link below, the gold kit and the silver kit is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just read it. Just put your name and address, phone number, and get the free gold kit from Goldco. And see what precious metals can do for you, well, to safeguard your investments. It's that simple. I've got 1/3 of my net worth in precious metals, and it should be more. And that's a boom. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, get the free Goldco kit. You've got nothing to lose, and be safe. We love you. And that is a boom.